Back of that cat with a bat. Where you at? Bring it that cat. Bring it to the ball. Red cat. Bring it to the ball. Red cat. Serve your nerve. What I got cat. What I got cat. What I. Bring it to the bag. Bring it to the bag. Bring it to the. 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 Bring it to the bag. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Hold that pose for me. Hi. Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello. La la la.
Hello.
Who are you?
Hello. Welcome to Kenneth Frankly. I'm your host, Kenneth Frank, and I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. Hold on, I need to find it. I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. When my mother yells like this, it's because she loves me. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this. When you go to bed at night, you lay there and you take responsibility for yourself because nobody's going to take responsibility for you. You're rolling your eyes and you act like it's because you've heard it all before. You've heard it all before. You don't know where the hell I come from. You have no idea what I've been through, but I'm not a victim. I grow from it and I learn. Take responsibility for yourself. And I'm joined as always by my lovely and talented co-host, Rory.
And I feel read to death. No.
Do you know what this is in reference to?
Is that the great late?
The legendary not late.
I know, I'm just kidding. Let's start rumors though. Can we just say that she's dead?
R.I.P. Tyra Banks.
I know. Oh my god.
Oh, she was
too
such a
soon,
legend.
baby girl.
Gone too soon.
I know, right?
That is from America's Next Top Model, where she yells infamously at season 6 contestant Tiffany, I want to say.
Is that show still on?
It is, and she's come back to it. Yeah,
Shut up,
there
really?
was a season or two where Rita Ora was the host.
Right.
And then Tyra's like, fuck it, I'm coming back. So Tyra's back.
Yeah, Tyra, what are you doing? Come on, just go on Top Model.
So Matthew, I brought this up, I guess, in a way because Matthew and I have been rewatch. It's all on Hulu, like all of the first however many seasons. Mm-hmm. So I have made him watch all of the early seasons, early, where it was campy and fun. Yeah. And now we're watching a season that I don't think he has seen, which is season 7 with Carrie D and Melrose and Eugenia and all of those girls. And it's starting to lose the camp because they all take it so seriously, but it's not like they think that there's some stake. Yeah. Like there's some reward at hand, like it's going to change their lives or something, when they should have known 6 seasons in who the fuck came out of that show. No one really.
Kind of true. Besides the cover girl ad, right?
Yeah. Well, that's like the prize. But then after the first 7-8 seasons, it really goes off where it gets like, I'm hiring this person, or like, we're going to cast a deaf person, or we're going to cast men and women, and we're going to cast blah, 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 blah. And it gets really just like bad filler reality TV trash.
So deaf people are bad?
No, but I just mean to say that they used to cast people to various degrees. Right. They used to cast people that would be good TV, and then they started casting people like twins or people with disorders, or you know what I mean? Like fodder for reality TV.
Yeah.
And I don't think they
lost me before then.
Yeah, same.
Like way before
exactly.
Then.
But I think it's Nyle Marcos. He is fucking gorgeous, and he's been such a good advocate for people. Yeah, people without loss or are hard of hearing. He's been really good for them.
Nice,
and he's hot as fuck.
Oh.
But yeah, Rita Ora, by the way, released a very amazing pop jam last summer. called Anywhere.
Yeah.
You better
I like that
listen
one.
to it. It's such a good song. She's never done anything good before or since, including host America's Next Top Model, but just figured I'd mention it. I'm joined as always by my lovely and talented co-host, Rory. Hi, Rory.
Hi, Kenny.
How are you, my friend?
I'm okay.
It is 8,000 degrees outside.
It is. And it's
it
like
smells
a fucking
like
fish tank.
It's actually a piss tank because my entire apartment smells like cat pee.
Huzzah!
So I apologize to you.
I feel at home.
And I apologize to my listeners for imagining the scent of cat pee while we talk right now.
Maybe you should get a scratch and sniff for listeners to like feel like they're here with us right now.
Oh, I like that.
We'll just like give like it's like a listener pack where they just get a pair of like earmuffs so they can like feel the experience of wearing what we're wearing, and then a scratch and sniff sticker that smells like cat pee.
Oh, I can hear my own voice in an uncomfortably close level right in my ears, and it smells like a cat has unloaded his entire bladder onto my face. What a combination. The glamour of podcasting. Listeners, thank you as always for joining us. I want to quickly tell you at the top of the show that I will hate you and murder suicide you and everyone in the room if you don't subscribe on iTunes and leave us a 5-star review. We were on a fucking time crunch though, so I'm keeping it short, keeping it cute.
Let's keep these hot topics coming.
Britney Spears has a new perfume. It's called Prerogative. And
really,
it is a.
Is that a new song she's coming out with?
No, it's if you don't know, it is.
Does it smell like cat pee?
Probably. I haven't smelled it yet.
Then I'll buy it.
It is in reference to right before she went on her big break with Kevin Federline and had the kids and all of that. Actually, it was during that time. She hurt her knee while filming the video for Outrageous off of In the Zone.
Okay.
With Snoop Dogg. She was on the music video shoot. Hurt her knee. Fucked up.
For that song? Outrageous. When I'm out the outrageous. Not worth it. That sucks.
That's a great song, though. As is her entire discography. But she hurt her knee on the video shoot, canceled the tour, started shacking up with K-Fed, did the UPN show, had the kids, blah, 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 blah. The rest is history.
Oh my God, I completely forgot about
the show
that.
on UPN?
Oh my God.
I
forgot about UPN. No, I forgot about the show.
Chaotic.
Oh my God.
It's getting hectic in here. It's getting chaotic. I'm rocking and rolling. I'm diving and stopping.
Oh my God.
It literally
completely forgot about that.
Oh my God. I watched it not too long ago and it really...
I remember her running on the treadmill and like putting on mascara at the same time or something like that.
Yeah, she was at that... in that era, or
which I could totally relate to.
I mean, yeah, understandable. But she was so obsessed with sex, but she was so kept. Like, she didn't have friends, so she didn't know how to relate to the fact that she was horny as fuck as like a 22-year-old or whatever.
Yeah.
She'd like be talking to her assistant or her makeup artist and be like, sex. What do you think about sex? What do you think?
Yeah.
Because it's like she didn't have friends that she could be like, what is normal? What is healthy? Like,
right,
what is
yeah.
This was after the Justin Timberlake thing, which was a thing in its own fucking self. Like, having a relationship in the public eye that blew up and then she got blamed for, that's a fucking mind fuck.
Yeah.
And that's what she ends up with K-Fed. He's a brilliant dancer in her eyes. She gets swept off her feet by him and like, what is sex like? What's healthy? What's not? Do I want it all the time? Should I want it all the time? I'm dickmatized with it.
Yeah.
I would recommend, if you're a Britney fan at all, go back and watch Chaotic. It's only like 8 episodes. It's fully them with like handheld cameras, smoking weed off camera, and then asking each other quote unquote deep shit while they're high. It's basically like pre-podcasting. Britney Spears actually invented podcasts with Chaotic, but she did it in visual and she put it on UPN.
I know, right? UPN.
So then at the end of the show,
where can you watch this, by the way?
I have the DVDs. I will have to dig them out and lend them to you because it's good. You can watch it. You can watch it all in a night. You can binge it in like 3 hours.
Oh my God. Perfect.
It's amazing.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
That's where the infamous "Yes, it is, Kevin," where she's like, "Do you think it's possible to time travel speed?" Yes, it is. And he goes, "I don't think so." She goes, "Yes, it is, Kevin." And she's like, "Yes, it is." She starts like slapping the table.
What?
Like, huh? And he's almost like kind of baiting her. He's like, you drink too much, you smoke too much. He's like, do you want to go out right now or do you want to drink? And he's like, do you want to go see a movie or do you want to drink? And she's like, I'd rather just watch a movie and drink here. It's just like best of both worlds. It is sweet though, because you see her as a child. Like she's an adult Shirley Temple, basically, who doesn't really know. Doesn't really know how to interact with people.
Except Shirley Temple knew enough to get out of showbiz and live a normal life.
Barely. So. I mean, after the fact, like I've heard... Girl, I have the tea on Shirley Temple.
Really? I thought she like lived a normal life. She like left the spotlight.
Well, yes, but that was after the breakdown where she was like 18 or 19 years old and she still thought she was a child.
Oh.
Truly was like
Michael Jackson disease.
Like worse, like in a way. Yeah, it was bad. Although did you hear about how Dr. Conrad Murray was saying how Michael Jackson was chemically castrated by Joe? Like
what?
Joe Jackson just passed away like a couple weeks ago, right?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's the matriarch. Patriarch of the Jackson family.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go there.
I know.
But so as soon as Joe Jackson died, I will say that I will preface this by saying Dr. Conrad Murray is a liar. He probably killed Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He deserved to be in prison for what he did to him, in my opinion. But apparently, according to Dr. Murray, Michael Jackson had been chemically castrated by his father. By chemically castrated, I mean his genitals had been disfigured.
What?
Because the theory was when he was a kid...
Like chemical burn type thing?
No, they didn't want Michael to be able to lose his falsetto and his range. So, like, you've heard of contraltos, the little, like... boys in Catholicism where they get castrated in order to keep their falsetto voices so that their the testosterone doesn't reach them, their balls don't drop, and their testosterone doesn't reach certain levels, and they keep their angelic voices, quote unquote. It goes back to like Catholicism, basically.
Yeah. It's creepy.
Apparently, Joe did that, but instead of castrating him, because Joe, we all know, was like a violent abuser.
Yeah.
Spoiler, trigger warning, blah, blah, blah. He apparently, like, castrated Michael by pouring chemical, like, cyanide or whatever on his genitals.
Cyanide? That's...
Or I don't know. Whatever, not cyanide.
Battery acid, let's say.
Sure. Something like
corrosive.
That. Some corrosive
awful,
chemical.
Acidic, awful. Oh, my God.
Yeah, so that is what Michael Jackson's personal doctor, who used to give him Demerol and Valium every night to go to bed, claimed. Is it true? I don't know.
Well, didn't the prosecutors take pictures of his said genitals when they...
I'm sure the coroner did.
No, but they were like, do you remember like he was on camera being like, they took pictures of me like after they did like a whole search of him and everything?
Yes.
When there were all those allegations and everything?
I think, and you know what? And I hate to say it, and I know we're gossiping about a dead man, But, well, hey, if that's actually true, though, then, like, how the fuck did he fuck little kids if he didn't have nuts? I think that might have been what happened, where people would be like, Michael Jackson was sleeping with kids in his bed and making them uncomfortable and maybe assaulting children. But then when allegations happened, and for instance, there were pictures of his genitals taken and I think maybe the evidence was such that it was like, he couldn't penetrate anyone. So I think maybe people, first of all...
Can you get hard without nuts?
I don't think it was just his nuts, though.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard. Clearly, I haven't seen it, so I don't know. Oh. I'm just saying, like, first of all, he's Michael Jackson, so he's, like, the biggest pop star in the world.
Yeah.
There is a lot of leeway there.
Yeah.
And then when people say, Michael Jackson did this to my kid and did that, which, by the way... I do believe that Michael Jackson said, "Here, drink the Jesus juice and have a sleepover with me," because he was
totally.
He was fucking
deranged.
Fucked up.
Yeah,
deranged.
Totally fucked up.
I don't put it past Michael Jackson to have given children wine, which is fucked up.
Yeah.
But then I think when push came to shove, the trial happened and evidence was collected. I think maybe people on both sides saw just how deranged he was physically and mentally and said, Who's to blame here? Yeah.
Yeah, this kid's been abused himself.
He's a literal adult child without genitals who wants to have a sleepover with children. I think they said, holy shit, they've done a really good job of protecting him in the public eye, but this shit is fucked. I think that is what happened with Michael.
What?
And I think for a long time that was Britney's trajectory. But
really?
I mean, no one to my knowledge abused her, thankfully, but for a long time she had that same you can't reach me kind of screen up, especially after the breakdown. It was like an interview was elusive. It wasn't happening.
Yeah.
The interviews were scarce and pre-screened and pre-written.
Yeah.
Right. And she's still under the conservatorship. But something turned about 2 years ago. Something happened and she's fit and she's healthy again. She seems mostly with it. She does seem traumatized to me. She is... The reason I bring Britney up is because she's doing a Piece of Me North American tour before she brings it over to Europe. And I know you missed it.
And I couldn't get fucking tickets.
She did 2 nights at Radio City Music Hall in New York. The first night looked not great to me, in my opinion. The second night, she was on fire. She was Britney. She looked great.
Awesome.
From what I saw, Andy Cohen was...
I know, I saw that.
Was one of the... Yeah, and my friend / Follow That Queen alumni. T. Kyle is the person who took that footage because he works for Andy Cohen.
Gotcha.
Andy Cohen was doing the freak show Crawl. If you're familiar with Britney Spears' show, she brings a random man up on stage to crawl around and be her little subject while she's a little dominatrix with a whip. It's very cute, but it's very cute and tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's just a random person from the audience who bought a VIP ticket. This time, and sometimes when people pull some strings, it's a famous person. And this time, the second night of Radio City, it was Andy Cohen. Yeah. She fully did not know his name. She was like, I think everyone knows who this is, so give it up for him. Yay. And then he like walked off and she was like, ow, my ears, he's really loud. Like she said it to the audience. She's like, he's loud. That's a loud person. It's pretty cute, pretty funny, but she's with it. She's sort of starting to pick up the pieces. Be part of this world. Pick up the pieces and find...
Piece of me?
Health and happiness. Yeah, piece of me.
Yeah, okay.
Piece of her.
Good.
She has a new perfume out. It's called Prerogative. And the reason we got on this tangent is because...
explain this to me again.
Prerogative is a reference to that whole era with Kevin Federline and the... Yes, it is, Kevin. I'm smoking weed and getting drunk at my house and blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. During that era, she released a couple of one-off songs. One of them was a single called Do Something, which was great.
Why don't you do something?
Which is a great song. If you don't know that Britney song,
it's really good.
Go fucking listen to it.
Yeah.
That she also did a ballad called Someday I Will Understand, which premiered at the end of her show. It was black and white. And it was a ballad about, I'm going to see God in my baby. And it's actually a very beautiful song. But then the other song that she released right around this time was a cover of Bobby Brown's My Prerogative. Everybody's talking all this shit about me.
Why don't you just let me live? Tell me why.
So there was a video treatment. She drove a car into a pool. It was a whole thing. It was great.
Yeah.
So Prerogative, they're going back to that because Prerogative is a gender fluid unisex scent meant for boys and girls.
Okay.
And everyone in between and beyond, darling. Which to me is fantastic.
That's great, yeah.
You know who's spending money on Britney fucking Spears? Gay men.
Yeah.
So give us a fucking scent.
She's smart.
Give us the Prerogative.
Yeah, right?
Give us the odor. Give us the eau de perfume.
Yeah.
And let us spend the money on you, girl.
Yeah,
so
right?
Very smart.
You got that extra income.
Exactly. We're not raising kids.
No.
Have I smelled it yet? No. Do I think it smells like a prostitute?
Likely.
Taking a bath in oranges. Yes, probably.
Probably. Oranges and vanilla.
Orange juice and vanilla, yeah. I just love vanilla. Yeah. I just love the smell of vanilla.
Ew.
Everywhere I go, I just love to smell vanilla.
Ew.
So I think that's probably what it smells like. I probably won't buy it, but good business move.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Totally.
Michael and Britney and troubled stars, I just want to say shout out to Demi Lovato.
Oh, I know.
We love you, girl.
Yeah. I think she's, I mean, I don't want to say she's doing it the right way because she's like back in rehab, but being completely transparent, which is, there's something to be said for that.
Not only, I would say it's not that she's doing it the right way. I would say that the world has changed since the Britney Spears 2007 debacle, where we can allow people that are clearly going through something to figure it out, and it doesn't have to be a downward spiral that we're all next to.
Yeah, and watching play out on TMZ.
And
right?
you can thank Britney Spears for that, because I think when Britney went through what she was going through in 2007, the world all said, "Fuck." Yeah, we got too close, and it took her this long to even. Though. She didn't. I would disagree with you, because I feel like the paparazzi, and she was so mentally disturbed that she was dating a paparazzo, calling the and together they were both calling the paparazzo. So when she was in between projects and not releasing any music or anything, she still had attention on her. In fact, she thrived on the attention because she was born as a Disney kid and didn't know anything other than the attention. So if she wasn't releasing something like a music video or going on tour, she needed mass attention. That was her mindset at the time.
I need to turn the light on because I can't see you.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. No, go ahead.
But you know what I mean? Like, Britney Spears in 2007, part of what was so fucked up was that she was so disturbed that she needed the attention of as many outside eyes as she could garner. Even though she was reclusive, it was part of what made her Britney. And she knew that.
Yeah. No,
deranged
true.
As it was.
Yeah.
And so when things got really bad and she was locking herself in a bathroom with her son and refused to come out and got put on a 5150 psych hold, and it took her 11 fucking years to even be who she is now, which is like a healthy, happy...
Was that 11 years ago? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's... today, to me, Britney Spears is a healthy, happy person who has struggled to get there and seems mostly adjusted considering what she went through. Yeah. But it was bad. Well, drugs, people manipulating her, mental disturbance. It's been a long road for her. Well, so
as a psychiatric professional, I value your opinion.
Right. I know. I'm just saying.
No, I think you're right, though. I do think you're right.
Am I a therapist or a psychiatric professional? No. Am I a Britney Spears absolute fucking stan? Yes, I am. And have I been...
I can attest to that.
Have I been paying attention to her every move this entire time? Yes. Am I a stalker? No. Do I wish her well? Yes. Is it a healthy level of obsession?
If you lived in Vegas, maybe you would stalk her.
So I think one of the things that I usually don't like to talk about is dreams, because I think it's like kind of corny. But I do want to tell you that Matthew woke up today and he was like, I had a dream that we met Britney and you couldn't even speak because you were so shocked. So I like whispered over to her that you were her biggest fan. And I was like, oh my God, dream beef is so romantic.
Oh my God, I was
like, thank you for advocating for me when I didn't have the words.
He had a dream about your dream.
He had a dream about advocating for me and how much I love a thing. Isn't that the sweetest?
So sweet.
I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet.
Oh my God, I love him.
So I'm so horny for him right now. But so all of this is to say that I think that the world has realized that when a pop star is not here for you to consume. Especially when something bad happens to them, they're going through some shit. Let them go through their shit.
Yeah.
You know, there comes a certain point where you have to say, this is for that person to figure out.
Well, can I also say, though, that Demi is not
Britney.
as big
I get that. I knew you were going to say that, and I get that.
Yeah.
I know.
So who would be the equivalent right now that, like, if they just...
Britney? Beyonce.
So, yeah, okay. If Queen Bey went off the deep end and just went berserker, you... better believe they'd be taking a picture of her bald with an umbrella, like breaking into a car. But
here's what's so fascinating about Beyonce. She will never let you see her sweat.
Well, of course. No.
Ever.
No.
Ever.
No.
Like, the elevator? What? I don't know.
No, she's a businesswoman, too. Like, she gets it. Yeah.
She's a businessman.
Yeah, the elevator. Stone cold.
Oh
my God.
Solange's literally attacking Jay-Z, and Beyonce stands there like...
stoic.
I know it's about to be some security footage in here, so I'm not even like.
It's crazy.
She's impenetrable.
Yeah.
Crazy. But we're all wishing Demi the best.
Yes, absolutely.
Speedy recovery.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to gossip about what it was or who it was or blah, blah, blah. I just want Demi to get well.
Yeah. She's got a great voice. She's good
very
bops.
talented. She's got a couple really good songs.
Another Disney queen.
Cool for the Summer.
Yeah.
Cool for the Summer is a song.
It is.
That's a great song. She just had a record out 6 months ago, maybe. Mm-hmm. There's a song on it called Daddy Issues, which is completely offensive, but I still stand. So, Godspeed, Demi. Jenny McCarthy says there's a ghost in her house.
Has it been inoculated?
What? Has it been what?
Inoculated?
What's that?
Has it had all its vaccines?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, right. Like, because she doesn't believe in vaccines and all of that.
Stupid bitch.
Well, maybe if she had gotten her measles, mumps, and rubella, then she wouldn't be seeing fucking...
Rebellia.
Is that what it's called? Rebellia?
Rebella. Yeah. Rebellia.
Rebellia is
if you're in the South, maybe.
Rebella is my... Oh my God. Rebella is the perfect drag name. Rebella
Mumps.
Rebella Mumps.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Rory. If she had gotten...
No, it should be M. Rebella Mumps.
Madame Rumps. Madame Mumps.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would absolutely... That's an amazing drag.
Imagine you have like red eyes
You're
and
all,
like
covered in
puffy
pox.
on your... Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm Rebella Mumps. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage,
mumps,
Rebella
my
Mumps.
lovely lady
My
mumps.
my mumps. My painful, awful mumps. Check them out. Like pleading with a doctor. Yeah. Check them out. Oh my God. That is a drag persona. That's $1 million idea. You're welcome, listeners. But if she had gotten her MMR, she probably wouldn't be seeing ghosts, but whatever.
Yeah, right?
There's footage. I don't care. We don't need to talk about that.
There's footage of the ghost?
Jenny McCarthy is like, this is footage of my... She's like, I have proof of the ghosts in my house. She's like, I looked back at my security footage. I'm pulling it up. Okay. Jenny McCarthy is in this weird strapless sundress. There's a grand piano. I mean, it's actually kind of a cute space. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
But she says that she's seeing a ghost in this footage.
She's checking herself out, huh? Where? Where's it at?
Is it this?
That looks like a hookah. Is that a hookah?
It kind of just looks like someone walking outside and changing the shadow.
What is it? I don't even know what she's talking about.
That's a hookah. No, I'm thinking there's like... Oh, she says someone plays the piano. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Let's do it again.
That sounds like Alexa.
That doesn't sound like an actual... She has a grand...
Did she goes, Daddy?
It's not even... I mean, I would say that too.
I know, but...
If I was scared and Matthew was in the other room, I'd say, Daddy?
Daddy? Oh, it's Donnie. Donald.
Not Daddy, Donnie.
Donald.
So that doesn't really sound like an actual piano to me.
Well, you know what? If you married a man named Donald, you should be fucking haunted.
Agree. Yeah, you're haunted for life.
Gross.
So I don't believe you. You're a liar and a scammer, and I hope you rot in hell, Jenny McCarthy.
Seriously.
Beyonce apparently is in talks with Netflix to debut her next visual album.
Oh.
There. What do you think about that?
Is it going to be limeade?
Iced tea.
High C. Orange Crush.
Double cappuccino. Okay. Here's the thing. I love whatever Beyonce puts out. She's a genius. But what did I tell you on the last episode of this podcast? Stop releasing the surprise records.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. Janelle Monáe has since jumped on the bandwagon. Other artists have jumped on the bandwagon. Let's make a visual for the whole record. Mm-hmm. Then we have a video for everything.
Well, okay,
blah,
so
blah, blah.
that's great. If the whole record is great.
It's smart, yes.
But the whole record
great.
has to be great.
And
just so you know.
Lemonade is great, and Self-Titled is great.
Yeah.
The Carters only has one video, which I'm glad about. Mm-hmm. I hope Beyonce gets Netflix money because she deserves it. My question is... what's the plan? What's the plan? What are you doing? Is it gonna be
just this like visual album
again and again forever,
again and
again and again and again and again and again? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
I need to understand Beyonce.
I mean, I trust you. Strategy.
I trust you implicitly. Please, Bayhive, don't come after me. Do you say Bay or B? Do you call her B, Queen B, or do you say Queen Bay? See, I say Queen B, but it's Bayhive.
Oh, I never. Yeah, Queen.
It's like caramel or caramel.
Caramel.
You say caramel?
Yeah. And unless it's caramel corn.
Caramel corn.
For some reason, it's caramel corn.
It is caramel corn.
But otherwise, it's caramel.
Yeah.
Queen B. Yeah, Queen B. Yeah.
I think it's Queen B.
Yeah. But the Bayhive.
But the Bayhive.
Yeah.
Well. I say Bayhive. Anyway, Beyonce, get that Netflix money. Have you been watching Real Housewives of New York at all?
I have not.
So I'm not going to talk too much about it then, but I just want to say...
What, because it's a spoiler? No. Spoil away.
No. It's not so much. It's not so much a spoiler as that it's the kind of thing that is, I think, sort of divisive right now. Like, we're sort of at a crossroads with two of the pivotal characters on the Real Housewives of New York franchise.
Oh, tell me more.
We are either Team Bethenny or Team Carole. Bethenny and Carole were best friends for a couple of years. They used to sneak out of houses together and giggle and talk shit about all the other ladies together. And then between last season and this, something broke. To me, where we are right now, which listeners, if you're watching, we are right, and you are watching The Real Housewives, we are right before the boat episode. They're on vacation in Colombia. They've been there for 2 episodes.
What's up with people going to Colombia for vacations nowadays?
I don't know. It looks gorgeous.
I know. It does. But like all of a sudden I'm seeing commercials and everything. Like I thought that it was just like drug country and you were going to get killed.
I mean, that's where cocaine was born.
No, but I thought it was just like cartels and you were going to die.
No, it looks gorgeous. No,
it does look
looks
gorgeous.
very touristy at this point.
Okay. Hey, I'll go.
Yeah, no, I want to go too. And do a ton of blow while I'm down there.
That's any vacation.
So somewhere,
That's not any
I know.
Vacation.
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
Any good one.
I take shitty vacations where we don't.
I'm
do
like,
blow.
I went to Iceland and drove around a crater, nature. Oh my god, it's so beautiful.
There wasn't any blow there. It was fucking
I was like
bonkers.
I was looking at waterfalls that were like creating rainbows and ice at the same time, and I couldn't even get some fucking E. I think what happened was somewhere between last season and this, Carole dumped Bethenny somehow for some reason, and Bethenny.
Did she like actually dump her, or did she just like?
No, I think she passively was like, okay.
She did fade away.
Yeah, I think she was like, we've been good friends. My life is this, your life is that, and we're moving away. And I think when Bethenny came back to this season, she was expecting Carole to be her Tweedledee or whatever, you know. And when that didn't happen, and it also created a cascade because it turns out that Bethenny's been back on the show for probably 3 seasons now, and her whole thing has been like, I'm too cool for it, but here I am, whatever. Yeah. I have Carole, and we're sort of like laughing at the whole thing because Carole is a journalist. She was married into the Kennedys. I think she was Jackie O's daughter-in-law, I want to say. Jackie O's niece-in-law, something like that. Whatever. I don't even know what that is. She was married into the Kennedys, a journalist by her own right. Yeah. And when Carole came to the show, it seemed very much like, I'm going to jump in. I was on this show for a year. I'm going to jump out. I'm going to write about it. Whoa, what a weird experience because I'm so above this. Right. And for the first year or 2, that is who Carole was. And
then she just like fed into it.
She became a mean girl. It was very Lindsay Lohan and Mean Girls. She started dyed her hair blonde, hanging out with the most egregious, terrible people on the cast. Dumped Bethenny in between seasons and created this narrative that
was she just making more money?
I don't think she made more money. I think she actually just wanted to be fucking cruel. Her contract was out and she was like, I played you. I got as close as I could to the biggest success out of this franchise as I could. We were never friends. I played you. I played you the way that your parents played you and you have trauma about. and I'm out. And even her statement where she's like, she just announced this week, I'm not coming back to the show. My interest in reality TV has waned. I'm going to go back to journalism, blah, blah, blah. I will remember these. I'm happy to leave the frenemies behind. She's clearly talking about Bethenny. Mm-hmm. And she says, I will remember these times as hysterical, blah, blah, blah. And I will remember them with voracious accuracy, which is to say, I will be writing a book about this.
Oh, I will
throw all of you under the bus.
Onto the bus.
And I know
100%.
exactly what I'm going to write about, or hire a ghostwriter to write about, I should say. Because this whole season has been, I ran a marathon and I keep having to push a deadline to write about it. It's like, calm down, you ran a marathon, good for you, whatever. But when she joined the show, I was like, thank God Bethenny has a cool person, and she's smart. She's a smart person. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
I thought that it was a great addition to the cast. I thought that someone could finally meet Bethany where Bethany
parlay
is.
with her, right? Yeah.
Give Bethany something.
Yeah.
Turns out that Carole, from where I sit, Carole has literally been playing the game the entire time to be able to walk out and be like, let me tell you all about the production. Let me tell you about Andy Cohen. Let me tell you about Bethenny. Let me tell you blah, 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 blah. My contract's over.
She was just undercover the whole entire time.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. But it's weird because the only variable there is that she became best friends with arguably the most
horrific,
awful cast member.
Who's that?
Tinsley. Who is like
Tinsley? That's a name.
Her name is Tinsley. She was like a Lindsay Lohan. She was like a New York wealthy socialite.
Yeah.
Not famous for anything other than being super fucking rich.
Yeah.
Got busted. She was in a relationship, got busted for aggravated assault, doing drugs or whatever. And now she's back in New York, and her voice is like this. Like she smoked all the crack in the world, even though she's only like 32. She talks like a 45-year-old.
Shut up, really?
She's probably closer to like 40, but she's young compared to the rest of the women.
Really?
But she's a full child. And for Carole to become best friends with her and start hanging out with her, I'm just like, I don't even get it. It's weird. It's so weird. Anyway.
By the way, your hair looks better.
Thank you. The hair's been bad, friends. The hair's been bad.
No,
I got a really bad cut. Yeah, we're getting there. It's growing out.
Yeah.
I just need a little more. I'm going to give it a couple more weeks of length. I'm going to trim around my ears in the meantime.
Boyfriend has trained me on that now, by the way.
Trimming his ears?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really where it counts.
No, he's like, just do right there, right there.
Exactly. Because if you're in an office setting, for instance, if your ears are coming over, or if your hair is coming over your ears, that's when you know it's like...
It's not cute.
Not professional.
That's not cute.
No.
Yeah, that's shaggy.
So that's something I do for myself these days until... it grows out enough where I can be like, can you just give me a normal people haircut?
Yeah.
Anyway,
loving the humans.
Loving Real Housewives, loving haircuts. Rihanna apparently has 500 songs ready and willing to go for her next record.
Drop them.
Dance hall record.
Drop them.
I say give us the
mother load.
Give me the demos.
Give us the mother load. Come on.
Give me the demo.
Yeah.
Give it to me all.
Yeah.
Give it to me. Give it to me. Do you want to take a quick refill break?
I have to pee. I'm sorry.
BRB.
Where's our food?
I know. Fridge water,
Who doesn't like fridge water?
They are making a Cats movie. If we're to reboot Roundup.
Like the Dogs movie?
No, Cats, like the musical. Starring Taylor Swift and James Corden, the
what?
carpool karaoke guy.
What? Shut up, really?
They do both look like cats, so I guess I'm not mad. Have you ever... Oh,
what?
I meant to ask this when we were talking about Jenny McCarthy and her fucking piano.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a ghost?
No. I don't think so.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure.
Have you ever been in a situation where you're like, scared? Like, what is that? And never had the answer to it?
Not that I remember, but I do drink a lot, so I don't know.
You're usually blacked out.
I don't think so. Yeah, like 90% of my day, blackout drunk.
I mean, how else do you get paid, right?
It's the only way I perform.
Same. I will not be.
No, I don't. You?
I don't think I've seen a ghost, but I think I've felt
a ghost.
Yes. No, I think I've felt like energy,
a presence.
Yeah. I think that's happened, but it's not so much like
you get the hair sticks up on your.
For me, it's not the hair sticks up so much that like I feel present in a room and I can feel that there's something else there that I can't see. Does that make sense? Like I have a friend.
I only feel myself, so no, but that's okay.
I have a friend who says when she goes to museums, she can feel the energy off of certain pieces. Depending on like how old they are or where they come from. And I think like I'm not that tuned in at all, but no. I think that I can sense when something is. I do believe in residual energy in a space, and I think that sometimes it can sort of like almost like weather or like
you can't destroy energy, right?
Yeah, I think or like a solar flare. I think sometimes energy sort of flares up in a space, especially if it is like a. I was listening to I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast. I was listening to another podcast. I think it's called like Bigfoot something, and they all the whole podcast is about conspiracy theories and where do you land on any given conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
And they were talking about ghosts and do you believe in ghosts? Have you seen a ghost? Da da da. And the host started to slip into what he was saying, after talking to all of these people and thinking about it, what he believes. And I think it is like an Egyptian thing where it's like in a trauma event, it's not so much that you're seeing a ghost, but you're seeing when there's a trauma event, when there's a trauma event, there's an imprint in time that can flare up. So it's like you're not actually seeing that person come back 300 years later, but in a space where there was a big trauma or a big life event, like a death or a shock or something like that.
Yeah.
That it almost leaves like a thumbprint in time. So like as you're going through time, it can sort of show up again.
Yeah.
And it's not because the ghost and that soul is there, but more so just like.
And it's connected to a location though.
Right. Usually.
Yeah.
A location or a space, and that kind of makes sense because people say like the house is haunted or the place is haunted.
Yeah.
Which, I mean.
It's a location. It's not so much a person.
Right. And
although if you're attuned to things, then I think that stuff kind of follows you too.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, I guess it sort of depends on the haunt, because if the haunt is your trauma or connected to you as opposed to a place, like I think I think trauma can be obviously trauma can be attached to people, but is the trauma so deep that it manifests itself like that and follows you wherever you go?
You everywhere, yeah.
I mean, I guess that's life in a way, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. It's just,
wherever you go, there fun. You are.
You can't get there from here.
Nah.
Speaking of which, I wanted to say, to sum that up, yes, ghosts, are they real? I don't know. Is it spooky and fun to think about? Sure. Ghosts. You can't get there from here.
Scary.
Spooky, scary. You can't get there from here. A recent study suggests that the Boston accent is amongst the most what's the word I'm looking for when you know what it is?
Fuck you.
Recognizable. The Boston accent is the fucking most fucking recognizable fucking accent you'll ever fucking hear in the United States of America. According to a recent poll, the Boston accent is the one.
Of who?
It's the biggest giveaway, you could say.
Okay.
And to other Americans, it's like, that's a Boston accent.
I thought Minnesota.
Yeah. Or Southern. But meanwhile,
everyone
says that a Texan accent is the sexiest, whereas a Boston accent, even though it is the most recognizable.
Texas is sexiest? You gotta be fucking kidding me.
It is. The Boston accent is 7th in regards to how attractive it is.
Okay, so you only sound like you're from Boston if you're trashy and from Boston.
Agree. You and I are born and raised in Massachusetts, and we don't have a Boston accent at all.
We're fine.
Do I? Do you?
No, we're fine. I mean, when we're wasted and like
when we're drinking, when we're fucking drinking, you'll fucking hear me slinging beers.
Yeah, no fucking shit. But kid, listen,
kid.
All
Fucking
right,
listen to me, kid.
All right.
Kid, fucking listen to me. I fucking love you.
You know I fucking love you.
Okay. You know I fucking love you.
No. But it's no. So the thing that sucks is like, I wish I could tell people from the South that you just sound dumb, but that's not appropriate.
But can you just imagine a beautiful man in like a tight jean, like a stonewashed jean, walking up and being like, I just want to treat you right. Like having a Southern accent and being like, you're about the prettiest thing I ever did see. I'm just
That'd
like,
be good for a night.
For a night, yeah. I
Not
mean, it's
for a lifetime.
It's attractive though.
Yeah.
You know
what? If he looks like a cowboy, and he's also Democratic, then
right.
Yeah.
In terms of just flat out accents, like eyes closed, listening to someone talk.
Yeah.
An Irish brogue makes me wet in my pussy. I love the sound of an Irish accent.
Yeah,
it is.
That's true.
And it's probably because we're in Boston, but it's so wet. I get so wet. Isn't like what do you think is an attractive, like what's an attractive voice, or like what's an attractive sound from a man? Like what is the thing a man says, or what does his voice sound like where you're like, Not taking into consideration Big Adam's apples, which for me are just like,
that's your thing. That's not my thing.
Oh my god!
I don't know. You pay way too much attention to those details. I don't know.
I love Adam's apples.
Big Adam's apple,
god.
like no.
When you can see it moving up and down.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
It's so like primal to me in a way. It's just like,
I guess so.
I can see your weird big fucking masculine like nugget in your throat moving around, and you can't even control how manly you are. It's like, it's so hot.
No, that's crazy. I don't even, that does not even like touch the Richter scale. Yeah. No, that does not even register for me. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, that fucking Adam's apple.
It's like a baby bird trying to swallow its first worm.
Is that a sexual thing?
I'm also attracted to baby birds.
Oh my god, no. Oh god. So what? So
like, what's attractive in a man in terms of voice?
Like a deep, but not
like a deep voice.
Something that
like a deep voice.
Yeah, not like that. No. That's like
that's
like a soulful woman voice.
My deep voice is like it's
honey,
like it's.
Would you like some maple syrup with that?
I like when I sound like Ellen with a cold when I'm trying to sound like
oh my god! Speaking of though, hold on. I just remind myself maple syrup. Did you know that there's actually there's actually a genetic disease called maple syrup urine disease.
Oh, do I have that? Is that why every time I drink coffee when I pee it smells like smacks?
Oh, maybe that's like, what it's supposed to. Yeah, no, that's like a genetic disease. You might be dying.
So like,
yeah.
Do you know honey smacks or smacks that it smells like full on like caramel with sugar?
Yeah.
Anytime I drink coffee, when I pee, it smells like sugar cereal.
You don't drink coffee every day?
No.
Really?
No. Didn't we talk about our beverage profiles on this before?
Yeah, but I don't like remember things that you say.
Fair. Listeners probably don't either. So my beverage profile is fully like, I wake up.
Oh, you're Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
Yeah. Diet Coke. I forgot.
Diet
I'm sorry.
Coke all day.
Yeah.
But coffee. I will say that like, I would say like once a week I treat myself to a cold brew.
Yeah.
From Starbucks.
Yeah, they're good.
They're really good. And if you're feeling like a little behind in your work week.
Yeah.
Perfect. Get a little cold brew and you're good for the day.
Yeah.
But my urine smells like sugar
God.
cereal. Am I sick? What is this disease you're talking about?
It's a genetic disease where people can die.
Why? What happens?
I don't
What's
remember.
Wrong? What's wrong?
I was in a meeting the other day and I was literally like looking up at one of our like medical necessity guidelines because we were like in a meeting with all these doctors and everything. And one of the like conditions that were on the screen was like maple syrup urine disease, and I was like, what the fuck is that? So I'm like on my computer, I'm like googling, I'm like, Google, what's
maple
this shit?
Syrup urine
and I'm like, I
disease.
keep clicking down, I'm like, what?
Well, you know, like if you have a cat, if you've ever had a cat that starts to be diabetic,
yeah,
they start to smell like maple syrup, or like when your car is overheating, it smells like maple syrup. It probably has something to do with just like your...
I think you're colorblind and you think everything smells like maple syrup.
Because of my color blindness?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Where's our food?
I don't know. Speaking of reboot moment, Frasier's coming back, but I don't care. I saw a movie I like for the first time in my entire life.
What?
I saw a movie I like for the first time in my entire life.
What?
I've never seen a movie I liked in my whole life.
You don't like movies ever?
Just kidding. Mostly.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite movie, Rory?
No. My favorite movies are magazines.
My favorite movie is The Simpsons.
Yeah, my favorite movie is the repeats of Friends that we watch every fucking night.
Yeah, my favorite movie is TV.
Yeah.
No, for listeners that don't know, Matthew is like big into movies.
Oh, yeah.
Big into movies. So I see a lot of movies, but I hate a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I just like don't find myself moved by most of them most of the time. Big, small, wide release, indie, foreign, otherwise, everything in between. Sorry, I'm pushing my cat away from all the fucking
Equipment.
wires. Thank you, Jenny, for your help. I just saw Sorry to Bother You
I know this. What is this one?
by Boots Riley, formerly a musician, now a director, starring Tessa Thompson, who is dating Janelle Monáe.
Yes.
And
yes.
Rory?
They were talking about this on NPR and it sounded so good. It was like this like weird like...
It reminded me of, and they even, not to give anything away, but they tipped their hat to Michel Gondry, who directed Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing.
So the whole angle on NPR when they had him over to interview, it was about like people of color don't get to make movies like this before,
right?
And they don't get to star in these type of movies.
Give
before.
them your
these
queen.
like these like weird kind of
unconventional narratives.
Exactly,
yes.
like the being John Malkovich type movies and stuff like that.
Totally.
And yeah, no, I wanted to see this.
So I didn't know too much about it going in at all, and I was almost like, I'm gonna hate this. And then the exposition, the first 15-20 minutes where they're setting up what's this world, who are these people, what are the characters, I was sort of rolling my eyes like, okay, I get it, capitalism is bad, you're not really changing anything, it doesn't really matter. And then as the movie went on and on and on, it got weirder, but it almost was so smart in how you could see both sides of the absurdity of capitalism or something. And it was that weird movie that black people and people of color haven't been able to make in film. And so it was so awesome to watch this particular project fold out, because if I were 18, for instance, I'd be watching this movie being like, my mind is blown. This changes my whole outlook on life. Now that I'm a 33-year-old, I'm like, I see what they're saying. I get it. I understand.
I see you. It's fine.
But I haven't seen a movie do it better, and I've not been entertained at a movie theater for a very long time, to the extent that I was entertained at this.
Nice.
So I have to recommend Sorry to Bother You.
Is it still in theaters?
Oh, yeah. It just came out a week or two ago.
Oh, did it? Okay.
And the soundtrack just came out.
Because I heard about the story on NPR was like a month or two ago.
Yeah, no, check it out.
At least a month ago.
And to that point, go give fucking black filmmakers your coin.
Yeah.
Like, make it so that the industry knows that there is money here. Like,
There's a market.
Black Panther, for instance, biggest movie fucking ever. Like, give your coin to creators.
Where it matters, yeah.
To creators that you want to stand behind.
Better than voting half the time. It's crazy. That's what's fucking crazy
also
about
vote.
it. But
Please vote.
Yeah. Not saying don't vote.
Just
especially in the midterms.
Do your part.
Elect your Democrats.
Give money to black-owned businesses.
Water.
Yeah. Give money to black-owned businesses. Give money to black creators. Vote and do your part. Until next time, listeners. Bye. Gazwan.
Gazwan.
See you.